Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl, Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and make sure you are subscribed. Click the subscribe button down below and go ahead and just thumbs up this video, okay, you guys? Come on now. Support, support, support. Every little bit counts, all right? Support your girl. So today, we will be discussing Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. This is episode 4. I know I'm behind. Last time I was here was episode 1. Please forgive me. Episode 2 was really, really good. Very good episode. Very sad episode. R.I.P. D-Wiz. That whole situation was really sad, really effed up. Episode 3 was definitely a filler episode. I didn't really care for it too much. It felt very boring. It was very much so filler. But this week's episode 4, was poppin'. I enjoyed it from start to finish. Very, very good episode. Shit got poppin', okay? And listen, it opened up. The episode opened up with fine ass Unique. Listen, sidebar is kind of personal. I don't really like hood dudes in my real life. I really don't. But there is something about Unique, aka Joey Badass, that, oh my gosh, I just love him. So I guess in a sense, I like Joey Badass. If y'all don't know, he's a rapper. So the actor that plays Unique is a rapper. Okay. So I guess I like him. Nonetheless, Unique and his crew are chasing, I think his name was Trey. Now this is the aftermath. After last week's whole setup, you know, Rock high key set up Unique and his crew. They did like a drug bust. The cops came and busted up the scene with the gangsta lean, and Trey was there. Now, backstory that we found out this episode, Trey and Unique are like day ones. They grew up together, grew up in the same projects, knew each other, like seriously, day ones. So Trey has a little drug habit, honey. He was basically smoking that crack, okay, right before everything popped off. So basically we see Unique and his crew are basically beating him up. They're basically torturing the guy. It was really graphic. I had to like turn away. It was very graphic. They cut the dude's ear off. It was just really, really terrible. Really sad because, you know, in a sense, Trey was innocent. Of course, he would have never snitched on Unique. He would have never, you know, intentionally caused for this to happen. But I guess in Unique's eyes, he's just like, look, maybe you didn't snitch, but at the end of the day, you were caught slipping. You didn't have your head on a swivel. You were caught slipping. You were too busy getting high on my dime and my time. And because you slipped up, this caused a catastrophic event to happen, and it's going to affect his business, his money. It's just, they're royally screwed over. So in Unique's eyes, it's like you just as guilty because, again, his slip up caused, you know, a lot of stuff to happen. So child, he damn near begging for his life. Again, I had to walk away, but the tidbits that I did hear, basically, dude was like, look, I would never do this to you. I love you, man. I would never do this shit. And I know Unique shot him dead. And I think it was after he shot him, Unique had the nerve to say, I love you too, man. Now, sir, that's not the reaction we usually see when someone says, I love you. Usually it's not met with a bullet, but you know. Okay. And I mean, you could see that Unique was emotional. He was definitely teary-eyed. He did not want to kill him. But again, this kind of goes back to what he told Rock, I think in episode 1 or 2. It was just like, look, sis, we in this business. I have to answer to people, and I have people looking at me. If I don't move a certain way, my crew's going to look at me like I'm crazy. So of course, you know, Unique had to kind of set an example, like for his people, like, look, this is my day one. If I did this to him, I can do this to you in a heartbeat. So, you know, anyway, R.I.P. I think Trey was his name. R.I.P. So let's see. Oh yeah. So Dean, Unique either calls Dean or gets a call from Dean. Now, Dean is basically the drug supplier. He is the plug for both Unique and Raquel. And Dean was like, look, homie, the block is just too hot. It's way too hot. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut you off temporarily until shit cools down. So now Unique's connect. He don't got no connect, which means he has no drugs, which means they're not gonna make any fucking money, okay? Which means his competition, Raquel, is gonna win. So they have no drugs. His dudes were like, look, man, we ain't really got much. We already stretched out. He's like, make this shit stretch. Listen, I don't know how they're gonna get out of this one, but right now, it is not looking so good for Unique and his crew. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I really, really like Unique. I know Raquel is the main character, and I like her too. I love her brothers. I love Marvin. I love Lulu. But Unique is really one of my favorite characters. I know he's gonna die more than likely. I predict he'll die by the end of season 1, but I just know I'm gonna be really sad because he is a really good character to have on this show, and I'm just enjoying him. Again, shout out to Joey Badass. He's doing a really, really good job in the acting world, so shout out to him. All right, moving on. We have Davina and Kanan, okay? They're walking together. Davina has her little sister in the stroller, and basically Kanan is like venting to her about Symphony and how, you know, Mom Dukes got the dude in her house, half butt naked, and this, that, and the third, and just, you know, kind of venting, you know, how teenagers would. And she was just like, look, I wish I had a mom that cared about me. You know, my mom's a damn drug addict. I don't even know where she is, you know, so of course, you know, the grass is always greener, you know? So while Kanan's complaining about having an overbearing mom, she's complaining about like not even having a mom that like cares about her. So, you know, that was kind of sad. I do feel bad for Davina. Poor girl, you know, really rough childhood, rough things that she's dealing with right now at a very, very young age. So mind you, while they're walking together, we have Unique and his boy in the car following them, okay? Unbeknownst to them, Unique is following them. So what cracked me up was when Kanan kissed Davina goodbye. Even me as a viewer, I was like, oh shit, y'all kissing? And Unique literally was like, oh shit, he gave her a kiss? Like, that shit was so funny. Unique is just funny as hell to me. Even when he's not trying, the nigga is funny. So basically, Unique rolls up on Davina. You just, you know, checking on her, fake checking on her, really fishing for answers. So he's just like, hey, you know, how you doing? Da 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 da. I heard your mom, you know, she's over here right now. I think it's some crack house or something, and she ain't doing so good. Like, she's on a binge, basically, aka she's on a binge, and you ain't gonna see her for a little while because she is cracked out, is basically what he was trying to say to her. So they get to talking or whatever, and he does bring up, you know, Buck 20, who was her boyfriend. And let's just be real, I know Kanan loved that girl since 2nd grade, but bitch, Buck 20 ain't been dead for, I think, 2 weeks at this time in the show. 2, maybe 3 weeks, and you got a whole nother boyfriend. Like, okay. So Unique kind of calls her out like, oh, okay, I see you chopping it up with Raquel's boy, you know, I know you heard the same stuff that I heard, you know, and I ain't saying that Kanan put Buck 20 down, but you know, his boy, you know, D-Wiz, he did, and you know, that's his boy. So basically, you know any information, girl? What you know? What you know? Trying to fish for answers, and she's just like, look, Kanan doesn't have anything to do with this. He has nothing to do with his mom's, you know, drug business. He's really out of that shit. And then Unique pulls the ultimate okey doke and basically manipulates her, promises her basically in a roundabout way that he can help fund her mother's like rehab, basically. Like, you know what I mean? He could help the mom go get clean. He tells this story about how he helped someone else get clean, sent them to rehab, paid for it all, you know, fronted the whole bill. And basically, low-key, he's promising her the same thing. Basically, bitch, give me some information, help a brother out, and I will help you and your mom out. So she was reluctant at first, but of course she did give in. She did give in, and she told Unique about the stash house, which I knew was gonna happen. You know, a la episode 3, when Kanan was at the stash house and he saw Davina and he ran out, and old dude, I think Scrappy, was like, don't go out there. What did Kanan say? She's not in the game. It's gonna be all good. I think we all knew as viewers that it was gonna come back to bite him in the ass, and that it did. So basically Davina snitched and told him about this random, of course she didn't really know it was a stash house. She just knew it was a sketchy looking house that looked like a crack house. So you do the math. Moving on, I'm not gonna spend too much talking about them. So Jukebox and this little white girl, okay, they're hanging out. Don't get me wrong, they have a cute little relationship. I'm not gonna be a hater. They have a cute little relationship, you know, as far as high school goes. What happened? So we meet the girl's parents and the dad's comment. So basically they're playing the videotape that they had of them at the mall singing or whatever. Really cute. So the dad walks in, mom and dad walks in, and the dad makes this snide ass comment that I'm surprised Jukebox did not check him on. Dad was like, oh, this shit sounds better than what's on the radio. The mom says, do not curse in front of our guests. And the dad's gonna say, oh, please, I'm sure she's heard worse. Right, Laverne? AKA, bitch, you from the hood. I know you heard worse. I know you seen worse. So me cursing ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And while it was kind of meant to be funny, it was definitely shady. It was definitely a stereotypical comment. And I'm surprised that the writers didn't write it to where Jukebox or Laverne got offended. So that kind of threw me off, but whatever. Later in the episode, I'm kind of going to skip around, you guys. I'm not going to go in like chronological order of how every single scene happened this episode. I'm going to kind of switch it up, try something new this episode. So bear with me. So later in the episode, Jukebox is upset because she finds out that Famous is getting studio time, which rightfully so. I mean, this poor girl is literally working her, well, we say work, but Shatif, all right? Shatif. She is stealing all types of stuff just to rack up some money, just to be able to afford to have studio time to then potentially get, you know, recognized and noticed. So, you know, she is busting her ass, whether it's legal or not. She's busting her ass basically to try to fund her own dreams. She doesn't really want any handouts for anybody. But, you know, if there's some connections, of course, she's going to want to take advantage of that or, you know, use that to her advantage. So she was upset. And at this point, this makes her kind of feel like she has to go ahead and go steal again in order to get a quick buck. She tries to call her other, I guess, friends or the dudes that she's still with. She tried to call them. No one else was down to go. So this girl went and did a solo job, which I think was not a smart idea. And again, it was kind of predictable. I knew it was going to come back up. The same cop that got beat up in the last episode that she helped save, he caught her. And you know what? He was like, look, I know you. He's like, we're even. I'm going to let you go. Keep the shit that you stole. But if I catch you again, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to report you. And I respected that because it was kind of like, eye for an eye. Like, okay, we're even. You kind of saved my life. I'm going to spare you one. So that was kind of cool. So she got away with that, which is awesome. Let's see. Oh, child, let's talk about Marvin. Marvin, you know, Marvin is growing on me. He is definitely growing on me. Since episode 1 till now, I do like Marvin. There's ways about him that I don't like. You know, he's got certain ways, but I like Marvin. So yeah, Marvin and Tony, the white girl, another white girl. Okay, they're getting it in. You know, Power is good for a sex scene. And can I just say this real quick? Listen, the original Power had some bomb ass sex scenes. I have to be honest, especially the first 3 seasons. they, meaning the writers, they are continuing this like power-esque feel, I guess, on all the spinoffs, meaning of course the violence, the drama, the love, and the sex. They did it with Tariq's spinoff, which I did not like. And they're doing it now. I'm kind of just like, I feel like the older sex scenes from the older seasons, it made sense. It felt right with the show. But these sex scenes, I'm sorry, they just feel very forced. And I'm like, can we just like 86 the whole sex scene thing? I don't know. Whatever. Marvin and Tony getting in, child. They fucking. So they get done. And the girl, and I don't even feel like she was doing the most. She just kind of cuddled up next to him. She wasn't even really doing the most. She just, got a little close to him, cuddled up. And he was like, bitch, what you doing? He was like, I don't cuddle. And she's like, I've been with plenty of black guys that have cuddled. He's like, well, bitch, I ain't one of them. And, it's a whole back and forth. He was being an asshole. But we have to remind ourselves this was based in 1991. And men being chauvinistic and sexist and homophobic and things like that was very much so real and alive. So his commentary to her was not that far-fetched for the times. It was 1991. I mean, like, he even dropped the F word in the show. I don't want to say it because YouTube might flag me for inflammatory content, so I'm not going to say the F word, but you know what I'm saying, the derogatory word used towards gay people, that word. So he dropped that word in the show. Listen, although I hate how he was acting with his whole like fragile masculinity, all that bullshit, this nigga made me crack up. Whoever wrote that line, when he said, okay, let me back up. So he noticed that the dog's food was empty. And he was like, the dog ain't, I forget, did I write the dog's name? I didn't. I forget the dog's name, but the dog didn't eat. LT, I think. The dog didn't eat his food. And he was like, the dog didn't eat. Where's his food at? And she's like, oh, I forgot to get some yesterday. He was like, yesterday? The dog hasn't eaten in 24 hours? And he was like, fuck that shit. Dog coming with me. I'm going to take care of it. What? You gave it to me. When he said, I just gave you some dick. You don't see me leaving it behind. I wrote it down. What did he say? He said, I gave you some dick. You don't see me leaving my D around, do you? That shit, whoever wrote that line, oh my gosh, hilarious. Fucking hilarious. So we got Famous at the studio, honey. He and his sister, the fake ass Jenny from the block, okay? She's in the studio with Famous and Crown, the producer, aka Quincy. And my baby Lulu pops up. But before he pops up, basically Crown is talking to Jenny from the block. I forget the girl's name. And he was trying to finesse. Famous spit some bars. Now, I agree with what the character Crown was saying. He's basically saying Famous got a nice flow. Like, his flow is dope. But his lyrics, because he was talking about shooting and killing people and dropping a body. And the dude was like, ain't nobody gonna believe your high school ass is dropping bodies in these streets. So we're gonna have to work on the lyrics, but your flow is dope. Basically, the sister is flirting with the producer. And it's basically like, any means necessary. AKA, you know what that means. She's willing to kind of do whatever just to help get her brother put on, and to succeed. So there's some showcase coming up and she's just kind of like, whatever it takes. So I hope she don't cheat. I hope she don't screw him just to help her brother. That's kind of lame. But my baby Lulu kind of peeped the scene with the gangsta lean. He kind of peeped Jenny from the block hugging up on Crown. So you talked to her outside and was just like, what was that all about? And she's just like, look, I'm trying to help my brother. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help him succeed the same way your sister put you on. I'm trying to put my brother on. And I respect that. I do respect that. I don't like how she's going about it if she is going to end up sleeping with the producer, but I respect that she's trying to help her family. And basically Lulu was like, look, I thought you meant what you said about me, like trying to pursue this. And, you know, I have something special. And she's like, look, I meant every word, but baby, you got to put in the work. You got to believe in yourself. You got to put in the work, and you got to do the damn thing. I can't do it for you, nor can I wait on your time. And I respect it. I respect it. All right, so let's get Symphony and Raquel and Kanan out the way. Child. So Raquel slipped up, honey, and she forgot all about Tuesday night. Tuesday night is the night that Kanan cooks for his mama, which is super cute. So he in the kitchen whipping up some spaghetti and meatballs. It did look good for TV purposes. It looks good. And they walk in. I think they had just came back from dinner. And he was like, huh. And they played it off like, okay, let's eat, you know, poor Symphony. He was trying to be really nice to Kanan. Kanan was being an asshole. But he was just like, bitch, she knew, you know, which is true. Raquel, that's your child. Bitch, you knew. You should have told Symphony, not Tuesday. Let's do it Wednesday. But no, you're getting sprung off that new D, honey. Don't get caught slipping now, Raquel. So Kanan's grades are slipping, honey. He is not doing well in school, and Raquel does not play about that, okay? She does not play. She's okay with her son being in the drug game, but she does not want his grades to slip. The irony of it all. So basically she enrolled him into some night classes. She said twice a week and every other Saturday, honey. Ooh, child, he was pissed, but you know, I like that she puts her foot down. But I don't agree with all of her parenting. I'll save that for another video. So let's get into the drama, okay? Unique ends up finding the stash house. He sends his crew up in that joint. Mind you, Marvin's dumbass has Kanan at the stash house. Remember, they had a little agreement that basically on the low, Marvin was gonna help Kanan kind of learn some stuff, and Kanan would kind of put in a good word for Marvin to his mom, which I'm just like, that's stupid, because what weight does Kanan even carry at this point? He's 15, like as if Raquel's gonna listen to Kanan. Anyway, it's all stupid. The dude, Scrappy, that usually watches the stash house, honey, he got the bubble guts, okay? He ate some bad Chinese food and he's on the toilet, and honey, it's a wrap. He got the bubble guts and he is not leaving his house. So basically Marvin scoops up Kanan and has Kanan watch the stash house. And then to add insult to injury, Marvin leaves Kanan for a quick 20 minutes. I'll give him that. It was going to be a quick 20 minutes because he had to bring some of the cash to the bodega that they are using by the Colombians. Yeah. So he leaves Kanan for 20 minutes, a quick 20 minutes, baby. And that's all it took. Unique's crew, because Unique didn't go in there, you know. The big dog don't do the dirty work, okay? So his crew went up in that joint, guns blazing, busted the door down. Kanan was shook. They hit Kanan in the stomach with the fucking gun. They robbed, I don't know if, I want to say drugs were at the stash house or just money. Maybe drugs and money. I know for sure they took a crap ton of money, okay? Robbed them. At least half of their money and drugs were taken from the stash house. And then as they're stealing the stuff, Marvin comes back, which shows you it was a quick trip. But nonetheless, Marvin pulls up, sees what's going on. This fool decides to ram his Mercedes into the van with the dudes and then proceeds to shoot bullets through the glass. My thing was, Marvin, that was fucking stupid, nigga. You had the upper hand. You saw what was happening. So low key, he could have parked his car. He could have snuck up on them, killed them, and got the shit. But you know, it's a TV show, so they have to write it in certain ways. So that's how they wrote it. The guys still took off in the van, and Marvin goes inside, of course, to check on Kanan to see if Kanan's okay. There's a dude that has Kanan at gunpoint. Now, someone said that the dude was Unique's brother. I don't know. I just know that Marvin recognized the dude. Like, he was like, oh, you roll with Unique. I know who you are. Recognized them, shot him. The guy fell on Kanan. And then the guy was like convulsing. I don't know, whatever. Like he was, and Marvin shot him in the head and the blood went everywhere. I would have thrown up too. Kanan threw up. I don't blame him. I would have fucking puked my brains out as well. So yeah, they are in bigger shit. Like, again, adding insult to injury. It's bad enough that you are lying to Raquel about the whereabouts of her fucking son, that she said she does not want to be a part of this shit right now. He's on timeout. So you're lying about that. And then now you're about to lie about the fact that y'all stash house got hit by the fucking enemy in direct competition, and that her son was held at gunpoint. I mean, you're gonna lie about all this. Like, I'm just like, Marvin, you are really digging a deeper hole for yourself. Now, quick prediction, and I've actually had this prediction since episode 2, for sure episode 3. Episode 2 or 3, I kind of had this prediction that not necessarily this season, but at some point in the series, I think there's a possibility that Marvin might get killed. They might do some Godfather / New Jack City. Am I my brother's keeper? Raquel might take out her own brother. Or if she doesn't kill Marvin, she will set him up in a way for him to get locked up and kind of be out of the way. Excuse me, almost like how Ghost did for Kanan. He said he loved Kanan. He did not want to kill Kanan, so he set him up and sent him to jail. It's still effed up, but you're breathing. So that's my prediction. Remember, I said it. I don't think it'll happen this season, but it'll happen probably season 2. All right. So then, yeah, we'll end this here. Kanan's dumbass comes home. The boy comes home takes the bloody shirt off, takes it off, and just casually hides it under his bed. I'm like, boy, why? As if there were no other places you could have hid it under your mattress. You could have tucked it. Like, there's so many different areas he really could have hid it. But so it was very predictable. At the end of the episode, Raquel found the bloody fucking shirt. And that was the cliffhanger. So I don't know what next week. I don't know what's going to happen next week. She's obviously going to she found the bloody shirt. She's probably going to question him about it. I don't know how much longer Marvin's going to keep up this lie to Raquel. It's a hot mess, but I will say again, this episode was so freaking good. I really enjoyed it. I really hope this show continues up the momentum and it just gets better from here on out. I'm definitely enjoying it. You guys, thanks so much for watching my video. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Go ahead and thumbs up the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.